Have you ever read this book? Let me tell you why it may be a little problematic. Attached was written by Dr. Amir Levine and Rachel Heller in 2010. It's a book that educates us on how our relationship with our parents or our primary caregivers essentially affects how we behave in our romantic relationships and how we view love and intimacy as a whole. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad read. If you have an anxious attachment style, this book can be very helpful. But if you have an avoidant or a disorganized attachment style prepared to be talked about harshly or not acknowledged at all. In an interview with The Guardian, Dr. Amir Levine states that this book was intended to appeal to the vulnerability of someone with an anxious, preoccupied attachment. This marketing can be seen down to the book's title, how it can help you find and keep love. He further admits that avoidants were relatively glossed over, followed by, and I quote, "We never thought that avoidants would read this." Now, why is that a problem? A book that is meant to disproportionately serve one group over the other can create what? Bias. In my humble opinion, they fail to address that all irregular attachment styles are a trauma response. And while they acknowledge our triggers, they do not talk about how we can heal them. Instead, their solution is to find a secure partner who does not trigger us as much. And that's true to a certain degree. We should date someone with a secure attachment if our attachment is irregular. But they do not also touch on the fact that we owe it to ourselves to address these wounds and seek out therapy. After all, healing is a personal responsibility no matter what side of the attachment spectrum you're on. In this book, you'll see examples of unhealthy behaviors that could point to serious mental health conditions, narcissism, BPD, etc. And they label those behaviors as avoidant or anxious, stating in these examples that if these people were with partners that didn't trigger them as much, they probably would not exhibit these abusive behaviors. In my opinion, that's kind of dangerous. You have people out there who are being emotionally or verbally abused, and they're saying, oh, it's because my partner's avoidant or my partner's anxious. I want to keep them, so maybe I can use this information to trigger them less. Obviously, that was far from the author's intention, but you see it all the time because these topics were not even glossed over in the book. Attachment theory has a lot of merit, but it's so important that we're thorough when we dive into these subjects. And if you feel like you're struggling with irregular attachment, I'm a huge advocate for therapy. It is an incredible tool for healing and a journey that I personally went through myself. And if you don't have the means or access to healthcare, I recommend reading articles and books by Dr. Diane Poole Heller. Her area of expertise is trauma. And if you ever want to talk to a friend about the journey that you're on, I also do these really laid back one-on-one sessions over the phone where we just talk about how that healing experience is going for you. I want to be your cheerleader because I've been there and I know exactly how much it hurts. So get out there and do the work because you deserve better.